medicine is slowly but surely becoming a Dr. Frankenstein one-stop shop of butchery, and the story that I have to show has a little bit something to do with what I want to try to aim at today with immigration and what's going on. So just recently, Business Insider posted this story about cosmetic leg lengthening. Now, this is the latest story in what is a panoply of different trans identities that are out there. So apparently, you can also be trans tall, and that's what this surgery is intended to try to do, is to try to make people even up to 6 inches taller than they presently are. So the surgery sounds deeply excruciating, and this Business Insider story goes into detail about it. So here's what it says. A man who borrowed $75,000 for leg lengthening surgery that made him 3 inches taller will spend $1,200 a month on repayments for the next 5 years, GQ magazine reported. John Lovedale, in his mid-40s, explained why he went through the painful months-long surgery. I noticed, and he says this, quote, I noticed that taller people just seem to have it easier. The world seems to bend for them, end quote. So Lovedale took out a loan from SoFi to pay for this surgery, which cost anywhere between $70,000 to $150,000, depending upon whether the patient wants to grow by 3, 4, 5, or even 6 inches tall. Cosmetic leg lengthening was originally intended to help patients with real conditions, but it is now becoming a more common cosmetic surgery. The procedure itself sounds excruciating. The doctor breaks the patient's femur or thigh bones and inserts adjustable metal nails into them. GQ reported that the nails are extended slightly every day for 3 months with a magnetic remote control. It can take months to slowly lengthen the bones and for the legs to heal. Now, as horrible as that surgery sounds, and as much as it sounds like it directly comes from Dr. Frankenstein's butcher shop, the reason I bring that story up is 2 things. Is one, yet another way of looking at Big Pharma and exposing that they will stop at nothing to make money at the expense of people, with zero regard to the repercussions of such a surgery like this. But also, 2, that this is yet another surgery with the promise of making somebody feel something that surgeries can't actually accomplish. It's very much the same thing in the trans movement, that if a girl trapped in a boy's body, as though that were a thing that actually exists outside of the very real phenomenon of gender dysphoria, that if you get surgery for that it will automatically make you feel better. In the same way that unicorns exist, this surgery will take away the existential crisis that you're experiencing. Now, the same thing is happening with this lengthening surgery. Well, if you're just 3 inches taller or 4 inches taller at the expense of excruciating bone-crushing surgery, then your world will be totally different. Now, as a tall person speaking to any potential trans tall people out there, I just want to tell you, sure, it's easier to reach things up above on shelves, but just wait till you get a little bit older and then you start bending down.
My back!
Suffice to say, the reason I bring the story up is just this, is that the further we move away from things like Christianity in the American West, we're experiencing more and more existential crisis. And we're looking for something to scratch the itch of meaning and the purpose for our existence, but we will never find it under the blade of a cosmetic surgeon, whether it be in the transgender movement or in the trans tall person movement. So you just got done watching a small excerpt of a much larger episode. You can find the link to that full episode down below in the description of this video. So you definitely need to check that out, because if you like that clip, you'll like the much larger episode. And while you're at it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and click that little bell to be notified when great new episodes of Indie Thinker come your way. Thanks for watching.